Welcome, dear listeners, to a world of soft sounds and soothing sensations. Here, we explore the fascinating realm of autonomous sensory meridian response, or ASMR. It's a journey into the quiet corners of our senses, where certain sounds and experiences can trigger a calming, pleasurable sensation. A sensation that whispers its way from the crown of your head, down your spine, and into the very tips of your toes. It's a world that exists in the rustle of leaves, the tick-tock of a clock, and today in the gentle kneading of dough. The simple act of pressing and folding, the subtle squish and squeeze, carries with it a rhythm that can lull the mind into sweet serenity. So, if you're ready, let's delve into this symphony of sensation, where every sound is a note and every touch a harmony. Join us now as we embark on a journey of sound, touch, and tranquility. Imagine, if you will, the ingredients laid before you. The first, the backbone of our dough, is flour. Picture the pure, snowy whiteness, a soft cloud of potential. Next, we have water, clear and cool, the life-giving element that will bring our ingredients together. Then we introduce yeast, a magical organism that breathes life into our dough, making it rise and giving it that distinctive, comforting aroma. And lastly, we add a pinch of salt, a humble yet essential ingredient that enhances flavor and balances the sweetness of the yeast. Each ingredient individually may seem unremarkable, but when they come together, they form something extraordinary. Listen to the gentle rustle of the flour, the soft splash of the water, the whispering fizz of the yeast, and the crisp clink of the salt against the bowl. These are the sounds of creation, the prelude to deliciousness. With these simple ingredients, we are ready to create something truly delightful. Now, we delve into the blending of these elements. We begin our journey into the heart of our creation, where individual ingredients lose their solitary identities and become part of something grander. Can you hear it? The soft whisper of flour as it cascades into the bowl, a delicate symphony of minute grains dancing in the air before they settle. It's a gentle sound, like a lullaby, soothing and comforting. Next, we introduce water to the ensemble. Listen closely to the sigh of relief as the flour meets the water. It's a moment of unity, a meeting of two elements, each enhancing the other, creating a harmonious blend. The water, cool and refreshing, diffuses itself, seeping into every granule of flour, giving life to our dough. Now it's time for the yeast to join our composition. It's a subtle performer, quiet but potent. As it dissolves, it's like a soft murmur, a gentle rustle, barely perceptible but integral to the melody we're crafting. The yeast, once solid, now becomes a part of the liquid, permeating every nook and cranny, leaving no grain untouched. The stirring begins, a rhythmic act almost hypnotic in its consistency. The spoon cuts through the dough, each stroke a note in our symphony. The squelches and squeaks are not noises, but the language of transformation, the sound of change. They are the voices of the flour, the water, and the yeast as they intertwine, forming a singular entity. With each rotation, the dough becomes smoother, more cohesive. The grains of flour, once dry and separate, are now part of a moist, unified substance. It's a transformation, a metamorphosis, brought about by the simple act of mixing. As the stirring continues, the dough takes on a life of its own. It's no longer just a mixture of ingredients, but a living, breathing entity. It's a testament to the magic of baking, the alchemy of turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. Our mixture comes together, a symphony of textures and sounds. We now enter the heart of our journey, the kneading of the dough. This is where we coax the ingredients into a harmonious blend, where we command the dough to awaken and become alive. As we begin, we press the dough down, feeling the cool, soft texture yield beneath the weight of our hands. The dough at first resists, yet gradually gives way, surrendering to the rhythm of our touch. A soft, soothing whisper emanates from the dough as it is pressed, a delicate sigh of contentment that fills the air. Now, we fold the dough upon itself, like a letter filled with secret whispers, waiting to be unveiled. The dough folds smoothly, a gentle rustle accompanying each bend, like the rustling of an old parchment paper. It's a sound that echoes through the ages, a sound that has been a part of kitchens for centuries, a testament to the timeless art of baking. And now, we stretch the dough, pulling it gently, feeling the resistance in its texture. It's a dance between the hands and the dough, a silent conversation. The dough groans slightly under the strain, a low, guttural sound that speaks of strength and resilience. It's this resistance that gives our bread its structure, its form, its essence. The rhythm of kneading is hypnotic, a slow and steady pulse that resonates with the beating of our hearts. It's a rhythm that speaks of patience, of perseverance, of the quiet determination that is the hallmark of every great baker. We press, fold, and stretch, press, fold, and stretch. It's a dance, a rhythm, a song that we sing with our hands. The dough responds, changing, evolving, becoming more pliable, more elastic, more alive with each passing moment. Each fold of the dough is a step in a journey that transforms humble ingredients into something magical. It's a journey that has been undertaken by countless bakers before us, a journey that we are privileged to be a part of. Through kneading, we not only shape the dough, but also shape ourselves. We learn the virtues of patience, of perseverance, of finding joy in simple, repetitive tasks. We learn to listen, to feel, to connect with the food that we create. The sounds of kneading, the gentle sighs, the soft rustles, the low groans, become a symphony that sings of the magic of creation, the magic of transformation, the magic of baking. And as we knead, we can feel the dough begin to change. It becomes smoother, silkier, more elastic. The resistance begins to fade, replaced by a quiet acceptance, a readiness to transform, to become something greater, something magical. Through kneading, our dough begins to take shape, each fold a step closer to our final creation. Patience now, as our dough takes its rest. A profound quiet falls over the scene. It's a gentle hush, a hibernation of sorts, as we allow our dough to rise. This is a pivotal moment in our bread-making journey, an exercise in restraint and observation. This period of rest is not just a breather for our hands, it's a crucial stage for the dough itself. As the yeast ferments, it releases carbon dioxide gas, which gets trapped within the network of gluten strands we develop during kneading. This gives the dough its lift, its fluffiness, its irresistible texture. The dough, once firm and resistant, now relaxes, softens, and expands. It's like watching a slow, serene ballet where the dancers are tiny gas bubbles pirouetting and rising within the dough's structure. And while it may seem like nothing is happening on the surface, there's a whole world of activity happening beneath the dough's crust. Take a moment. Let the world slow down around you. Listen closely, and you might hear the faintest whisper, the softest sigh as the dough expands, the yeast working its magic. It's a quiet symphony, a serene lullaby, the poetry of bread making. The dough doesn't rush, it doesn't stress. It simply takes its time, and in doing so, it teaches us a valuable lesson in patience and trust. Trust in the process, in the natural rhythm of things. And while our dough rises, we too should take this moment to rise above our daily worries, to pause and appreciate the simple joy of creating something with our own hands. The dough's rise mirrors our own rise, our own growth, our own transformation. The dough's journey from a simple mixture of flour, water, and yeast to a soft, pillowy mass is a testament to the magic of time, patience, and care. It's a humble reminder that great things often require time and patience. As our dough rises, so too does our anticipation for the final result. And as we wait, we imagine the golden crust, the warm, fluffy interior, the satisfying crunch. The wait only makes the final result all the more rewarding. Our journey nears its end, the dough ready for the oven. We've embarked on a sensory exploration, a symphony of sound and touch, as we've mixed and kneaded our way through the process of dough making. The journey began with the simple, yet vital ingredients, their textures and sounds awakening our senses. As we moved to mixing, the soft sifting and stirring sounds further stimulated our senses, creating a state of calm and relaxation. The art of kneading, its rhythmic, soothing motion, was our next stop. The dough, once stiff and unyielding, transformed under our gentle manipulation. It became soft, pliable, alive. The sounds of kneading, the soft thuds and squishes, provided a deeply satisfying ASMR experience. Lastly, we allowed patience to take over, letting the dough rise, its quiet transformation another marvel to behold. Thank you for joining us on this journey of sound and sensation. Until next time, may your days be filled with tranquility and pleasure.